We'll skip as many battles as we can. Keep running, Poogie. And then when I get back, I will sell all my stuff and call it an evening. Oh boy. That's really disappointing. I had hoped I would get to the bottom of that dungeon. Oh well. We did it. Get going, Poogie. Hey there, C. Monty Burns. This is Ephemeral Fantasia. It is a JRPG from the PS2 that almost nobody has played, and there's a kind of a reason for that. You can probably hear that it's a little bit goofy sounding right now, and that's because I have the game sped up to get through these random battles really quickly, because I have to traverse the whole map to get over there. But this is an interesting little game. I would say that more than anything, it's like half JRPG, half puzzle game. The JRPG stuff is starting now, but the bulk of like several hours worth of intro was just trying to figure out how to recruit party members, and I have to say it's really interesting. This game has been great so far, but it's definitely a game that I feel like needs to be played on modern hardware, like with an emulator, because a lot of this stuff is kind of unbearable otherwise. But it's very interesting that the game was very ambitious, obviously, and just wasn't quite capable of of reaching its ambitious goals. It's got a Majora's Mask time loop. It's got a very complicated starting town. It has all these map fragments to find. So yeah, there's all kinds of weird things in it. How's it holding up in 2021? Honestly, a lot better than it did back in the day it came out. Because I played it back then. I still have my copy. I just didn't want to dig it out for this, and now I'm glad I didn't. At the time, it was very, very poorly received, and I think it's way better now. The one thing that I will say has aged really poorly is the story. The story is very bare bones, but even so, there's you know, characterization things of just like how the story treats its cast is not always the best. You know, 2001. This is a 2001 game for sure. But other than that, it is pretty solid all around. Ooh, actually, can I get another one here? Nope. Okay, there was a jump potion there. But overall, yeah, this game is interesting, I gotta say. I think it holds up just as well as almost any other JRPG from the time. The biggest downsides are it's extremely confusing at the beginning. I would call it like I don't know. It's a little bit like how Dark Souls takes a little while for you to kind of get used to it and get playing the way it wants you to play, and the fact that everything's very obscure and you have to really like figure out. You have to understand. You have to talk to every single character. You have to look at every single object. You have to really pay attention to what every character says. And then once you've done that a little bit, it starts to get a lot easier. And then it starts to turn into a basic JRPG like you're seeing now. But for the first, let's see, I've done like 5 streams so far, and I'm just now getting into the first dungeon. This is very much a game that is going to, in my estimation, because I haven't played this game before. I only played it for like an hour when I originally got it. It seems like a game that is not going to have a focus on dungeons. it really seems like most of it is like this puzzle on how do you convince party members to join you. And usually that involves learning what their schedule is, learning wherever they're going to go, what kind of disaster is going to have to happen to them during the time loop, and it's interesting, and trying to figure out how to stop them from getting into disasters. So I'm like on loop 8 now, I think, and now I'm just searching for more people to recruit and places to go. Because I have recruited 5 party members and have a pretty decent lead on a 6th, I think. So yeah. What kind of games do I typically play or stream? More JRPGs? Yeah, I do a lot of JRPGs. I like to do obscure games, as obscure as possible. So I will probably go back and do more popular JRPGs too, but the reason I picked this was because I could not find a full playthrough of this game at all on YouTube. There was one LP that I found that got not even as far as I've gotten. It was Cody Carl's Let's Play, and then I think there's like an actual walkthrough for this game, but I couldn't find any regular Let's Plays on YouTube for it. So yeah, and I'm going through with you know, not trying not to use a walkthrough or anything for this game, although I might use it for the collectibles. I do a lot of JRPGs, and I oh, how do I get over there? That's weird. Okay, went the wrong way. I do a lot of JRPGs, indie games, and occasionally I do some hobby stuff like Warhammer kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of one of those dreaded variety streamers, I guess you could say. Yeah. I think the plan next is to probably do Xenosaga Episode 1. I think that's the next game I want to play. Because that's a game I actually do know pretty well, but I haven't played it in 15 years. And I have some things I can actually talk about with that game, because I own the scorebook. And as a musician, that means I can kind of talk about what's good about it and what's not great. There we go. What's my favorite game no one's heard of? I mean, so far it's honestly probably this game. Not gonna lie, this is a really, really solid game that nobody's heard of, but for like a real answer of a game that has come out recently, let me think. Let's see. One recently. I think there was a really fun demo for a platformer that I hope is going to come out soon-ish, or they're going to do a Kickstarter soon, which was called Lorcan the Leprechaun. It was kind of a it was a sort of Mario platformer, 3D platformer kind of game, but it was like really interestingly polished. It was good. Other than that, I played like a really weird game called Little Flutie 3D, which was just a bizarre trip. I know I'm forgetting something. I've played a lot of really interesting games that nobody's heard of, mostly itch.io stuff. Oh no, have I gone the wrong way? How do I get up to that area? Oh, I see what I did wrong. Before this, I played Drakengard 3. That was another game that I couldn't find a whole lot of actual like playthroughs. It's a game that people talk about a lot because of its relationship to Nier and Nier Automata, but not a lot of people have actually like sat through and really really played it. And for good reason, because it's kind of a chore. But the final battle was incredible, and it's something I still think about now. Its finale is just really, it's very impactful. It has one of the best escalations to a finale that I've played in a video game in recent memory. Let's see, other than that, I played Star Ocean 5, the disaster game. That game was so bad. It's the only game where I felt like by the final battle I wanted to not play it anymore. That game was awful. And I kind of knew it going in, but I kind of also thought, you know, let me give this game a chance. Let me give it a fair shot, because I enjoyed what I had played of it at the time. And going back to it, boy, not only did it not hold up at the time, but it definitely doesn't hold up now. It is so clearly unfinished and so bad. I don't know if I would call it a game that nobody's heard of, but I played 13 Sentinels on stream. That's not exactly... I guess that's a JRPG, kind of. It's a top-down shooter plus visual novel, but that game was excellent. But I feel like that's recent enough that people knew about it even if they didn't play it. What other ones come to mind? Oop. 15 gold, okay. What are some other weird ones? I played a pretty cool puzzle game called Clinically Dead, and I've been meaning to go back to that game. It is very trippy. It's definitely one of those games that if you're at all bothered by flashing colors, that is definitely not a game to play. But if that doesn't bother you, then that game was excellent. It was a very, very interesting little puzzle game, and it went on sale for like $3 on Steam. It was one of those kind of games. But it was like it was time manipulation through motion. So you would move into different color zones, and that would move things forward or backward in time, and that was really, really a cool thing. So, you know, you could, if the area was blue, that was previous in time, red was forward in time, so a moving platform would maybe be on the ground in blue time and up in the air in red time, but there was, you know, that gradual transition between those zones, which was cool. Okay. Let's see if there's a chest here. Yep, cool. Ooh. Oh no, it's getting to the evening. Evening of day 5. Very little time left. With JRPGs, I think it's especially difficult to find things that people have not heard of. It's kind of one of those genres where people are so obsessed with the idea of like collecting games that you know, like people just have them all. If it's out there, they have it, and someone's probably reviewed it and talked about it and all that. I guess there's also some weird ones like Shadow of Destiny is one of those games that I don't think people that because it doesn't fit in a nice neat little box of one type or another. I don't think people have really played that game, and that game is excellent. It came out around the same time as this game. In fact, there's an ad for it in the instruction manual for this game. And it's like a... how would I describe that game? It's also kind of a timer thing. It's a time travel game, but it's kind of a puzzle adventure. It doesn't have any combat. It's like a mystery game that you have to go around and figure out all the ways that the main character is being killed. So he maybe gets stabbed in a back alley, and so you have to find something to protect yourself from getting stabbed in a back alley. And of course he's a non-violent protagonist, so you're not going to go get a gun or something, but you get like a frying pan and you stick that in the back of your shirt, and that stops someone from stabbing you. But then you're poisoned by the coffee at the cafe where you got the frying pan, so you have to then prevent that, and that involves time traveling every time you get killed, which is a pretty interesting way to handle that. Okay, where are we going? The sea ruins there. Yeah, let me try going up this way. And I've finished that game, but apparently it has multiple endings. Because it goes to some wild places. It's not just like a time loop thing where every time you die you kind of start over at the same time. It goes to some crazy places, like you interact with something and then it sends you to the same town but in medieval times, and then you go forward another 20 years or something. So it's like legitimate time travel, not just small scale time travel. Okay, I think I'm gonna explore around here and see if I can get a map piece. One of the things you always have to watch out for, though, with the with the older games is bad voice acting. That stuff doesn't bother me so much, but I know it bothers a lot of people. Of course, you don't have to worry about it with this game. There's no voice acting at all. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but this is one of the earliest PS2 games, so it definitely wasn't like thinking about that, I guess, at that time. And that's also probably one of those reasons that people didn't really play this one that much. Not having voice acting of any kind dates it a little bit. Where are we? Guess I should keep the, oh, uh-oh. We're getting toward night now. Let's see. I have no idea where I am. Oh, there's something over here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of treasure out there. Okay, I gotta get that. Stone shell crab. I have to come back here earlier in the cycle, figure out what all this stuff's about. Illusion armlet, that's a permanent keep thing. This looks like it's an important building, so I'm assuming that I'm gonna get a map piece here somewhere. A DH egg. Cool. Getting more of those. Almost time for the wedding. Oh, that is not good. Okay. I'm gonna have to dash back to town then. I'm gonna make a quick save here. because I want to make sure I save all the money. That's the other thing about this game. If you're new to the game, it uh-oh, I'm out of save slots. Oh, well, is that the game's time loop works like Majora's Mask does, and if the loop starts over, you lose all your money and your items. So I need to return to town because there is a chest where I can store everything, and not have to worry about that. I guess we want to save over that one. But I want to try to get those chests. I want that treasure. Okay, just going around this way. Oh no, there's sniper grasses, okay. They're the worst enemy in the game so far. I think that's my biggest dislike. There's enemies that take a long time to get their attack out. So I guess I've made progress today. It wasn't exactly the kind of progress I had in mind, but I did get a couple more party members, and I found out that the dungeon is not bottomless. Alright, let's open up these. Must be a treasure box taken by some thieves. A drop of revive potion. Empty. All of them are empty. 3 gold. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna use the leap potion to get back to town now. Let's go here. Oh no, on the beach. Oh, well, actually, that's good. This is the shop I wanted to go to, because I need to sell everything quickly. Everything I got. Stone shell crab. The Gemini. Oh, I should probably put that in, Oh, I should have written down where I got that, too. I'm gonna put that in the vault. So we'll get rid of the Mega Bomb. And I didn't use the Sandstorm Ball, or the... yeah. Don't I feel foolish? Because you can only fit 5 things in the vault, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I didn't use the Fog Sphere that I bought specifically to avoid battles. Oh well. I have so much money now. We're gonna sell all the super magic bottles and the live berries. And no, I want to keep the antidotes. They're annoying to get, so I'm gonna keep those. We'll sell the awakenings. The revives. Shockingly, this game is so lenient with revival. You get 1 HP out of battle, so there's no reason to even keep those, really. I have an awful lot of these Gigamins. I don't know what the deal is with that. One of the enemies must drop it. Ocarina. Yeah, let's sell the Ocarina. I don't really need that. I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's gonna go away. It's one of those things that I'll lose. Okay, well maybe I'll just keep that much. See if I can drop all that stuff off. In the time vault. If there's enough time. Oh my god, there's just barely enough time. Alright. Let's get it in the vault. Deposit the money. And deposit the items. So we're gonna deposit all those, and the antidotes, and the Ocarina, and the Gemini. Nice. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go, I guess, drop off the egg, and that'll be it. And then I'll see what happens at the beginning of the next loop, because something should happen with either Anno or with Kite. Hopefully one of the two will give me a cutscene. And then we'll call it there. On off stream, I will try to figure out where to go next. I had hoped I was going to be able to get to the woodcutter's village, but I didn't have time for that, unfortunately. But that's okay. I'll explore that back on stream next time, and maybe I'll have all the flowers too. What do we got as far as chickens now? Still missing 3 and 4. We have all these different chickens. We're missing 14, 19, 21, and 23. But I got number 24. That's one I found. What else am I missing? Oh wow, I have number 78, so we're getting close to the bottom here. Yeah, there must be just 100, maybe 110 or 120. So cool, I got 65 of them so far. Nothing else to do this cycle, except to wait for the cycle to reset. So go ahead and speed up time here. Just make sure that I have everything deposited. Yep. No money, no nothing. Cool. Guess we'll just run around. Yeah, because I was just... I just for a second was thinking, you know, I don't have Anno or something. And I did. I got him. Got him on the team, so that's no problem. All right. Who's gonna be here waiting for me? It's Kite. Kite, you tricked me. It's all thanks to Poogie. My memories and power are all intact. Now I can be of use to you guys. Look forward to working with you all, my new comrades. Let's get a move on. Yeah. So we didn't get a cutscene with Anno. That's interesting. So, maybe now that I know everything that I know, there's no reason to use the save file, so I'm gonna go ahead and reload from before I got Anno and do all that stuff on my own, I guess, and then deal with getting Anno on the next cycle and start next stream with him in the party so that I can see his cutscene and see what that's about. And I guess I'll look around to see if I can get more map pieces from the top right corner on my own, because I don't think that stuff's gonna be that fun to watch and all that. But I won't explore the woodcutter's village. I won't waste the leap potion, so I could use that. All that good stuff. So anyway, that is it for me today. Thanks for hanging out, and hope to see you next time.